Having failed so miserably to tell Cream from Elmlea, Harry has thrown down the gauntlet to Portia. Will the pickiest Persian in the neighbourhood tell Cream from Elmlea? There's a prize in it, if she can. She really can't tell, can she? Oh, hard cheese, Portia. Ew. Harry's motto, never let a good prize go to waste. Even if you do look a big girl's blouse in it, Harry. Oh, yes, you do. Elmlea. Most cat owners can't tell the difference either.
Women, they'll borrow anything. Your T-shirt, your shirt, your razor, for heaven's sake. But just try and borrow her Special K. They won't let you have it because they know you'll like it. Look at those flakes. Man-sized flakes. Crunchy, wheaty, malty. All those vitamins and iron, that's man stuff. Low in fat. Winning.
Kellogg Special K. The taste, the shape, the breakfast.
Her breakfast.
Look, man, it's just not working out.
We've got our image to think about, yeah?
Now, look, we're called Black Snake, right? Yeah. So we like black. And you're kind of...
charcoal.
Persil Colour, with its stain release system, cleans your clothes without bleaching out the colour.
So that's it then? I'm out.
Sorry, mate. That's rock and roll.
Britain's biggest computer sale is now on at PC World.
A really big sale.
With the biggest choice of famous name PCs.
Massive savings.
And our best ever sale prices.
Biggest sale ever.
Where in the world? PC World's biggest ever computer sale. Now on.
101 Dalmatians.
After them!
Get them before she does. Give a home to 101 Dalmatians. Yours to own on video from September the 4th.
It's the last few days of Curry's biggest ever sale. This Zanussi frost-free fridge freezer save £90. Only Curry's bring you all this.
The Lynx effect. Remember, it doesn't last forever.
Ever had one of those days? Try Weller's latest advance, Experience with Liquid Hair. It contains the most important ingredients found naturally in hair to rebuild and strengthen, giving you perfect body and shine. Experience the new hair care range. Weller, perfectly you.
In some countries, possessing drugs will get you a life sentence. Never take anything through customs for anyone else.
Tonight, Dave had a steamy online affair behind his wife's back. Now he's left her to marry his lover from the net. Back of the net. Soccer-crazed comic Kevin Day reviews football pages on the internet. Plus, Sean became addicted to body piercing through the internet. Now photos of his most intimate piercings are available to all.
Welcome to the show, which started with just a group of us playing around on the internet. Now we've got a whole series. I'm Wingham Rowan. This is Cyber.Cafe. Meet Anna, who we met through the discussion groups on the internet. Are you ready for this week's challenge?
Yes.
OK, where's the challenge? This has been set by the lads here. It's to test your skills on the internet.
Must be a full moon, Dan.
Yeah, it's that time of year again. Come on.
find the most bizarre news stories on the net.
Right. Hey, where are you going to start with that one?
Oh, there are some news of the weird sites, so I'll have a look for those first.
All right, we'll be back just before the break, see how you're getting on. We're starting with a cautionary tale for internet widows everywhere. Does your other half spend hours typing messages backwards and forwards with people you've never heard of? Do you know what those messages are saying? Dave's wife didn't, and now he's leaving her to marry someone he met through the net. Dave, a few months ago, domesticity in your household had arrived at a situation where you were in one room on the internet every night, your wife was in another room watching TV. You were using internet channels called talkers, where you can have conversations with people that are supervised, with someone called an officer kicking out anyone who doesn't comply with the rules. And a feature of those talkers is net marriages. How did the whole thing start for you? What sort of conversations were you looking for when you first went into the talkers?
I was just looking for something to do. It was just something to pass the time. And first time I logged on, I was assisted by an officer, Cleoette, and made friends with her.
And Cleoette was the nickname of Helen in Washington, in the States, who you're going to marry shortly. Just take us through the process of the net romance leading to the net marriage.
Well, the very first time I logged on, I was a newbie, which means I'd never been there before, and she was the person that was assigned to assist me. She was the person who taught me all the instructions, and she was the person who told me what the rules of Mars were. And we became friends over a period of time, and we ended up in a situation where I was basically her shoulder to cry on when she was having trouble with her net boyfriend at the time.
So you were in the back room on the internet terminal, having a string of very intense relationships with women while your wife was in the other room. What happened after that?
Well, Helen and I were by then very good friends, and everyone decided to have a meet, so we all went to Manchester, and Helen came. And when we met at the airport, we just clicked from there and became inseparable immediately.
Did you tell your wife what was going on throughout this? You were getting more and more intimate in the back room with women on the net.
No.
What were you telling your wife you were doing all that time?
Just talking with people. It was quite innocent. There was no expression that she could see. I was just sitting there quietly, minding my own business. There was no harm in it as far as she could see.
Did you feel any guilt about what was going on?
The net is completely separate from real life. It's not real life.
Well, hang on, you're about to marry someone.
It's imaginary. So the difference is that I didn't form a relationship with Helen as a result of actually being on the net. It was when she actually came over and met me that we clicked. It was only that I needed all the friendship and getting to know her really well without the risk and the fear of actually having to be face-to-face with her.
Tell us about meeting in real life, because up to this point you had poured out your innermost secrets to each other over the internet. What happened when you first clapped eyes on each other?
Well, we said hello, and we felt that we just knew each other so well. Now we just knew what we looked like in person, and that was it. We just took it from there.
And when did you raise the subject of a real-life marriage?
After we'd spent a few days together in the same house as my wife, and things were getting very sticky, very uncomfortable, it was time for Helen to leave and go and visit the next person because she was going to stay with a series of people here. And
all from the channel?
All from the channel. And we went to leave, and I was at the station ready to put her on the train, and she just couldn't go. We just could not separate. So I moved out that day, and she stayed with me.
And at what point did your wife become aware of what had been going on in the other room while she'd been watching television?
She'll find out when she watches the programme.
That's a slightly cowardly way of ending a marriage, isn't it, Dave?
No, she knows that I've left. She knows that we're getting divorced. She just does not know about what's been going on with me and Helen.
Do you think you've behaved completely honourably in all this?
No. Honourably to Helen, yes. Helen's the person I have to worry about now.
And what state are you at now? You've spent months on the internet for hours every night.
Well, I have very big phone bills. I live in a very small room. I'm broke, and I'm in a situation where I need to raise money to go and visit Helen and to pay the phone bills, and nothing else matters at all. That's it. That's my life.
I'm still Jeremy, and this is still Dan. Dan has been looking into meaty spreads this week. I have been finding out about fat acceptance. I'll show you my favourite site, a celebration of largeness.
Fatso, for people who don't apologise for their size.
This site is aimed at everyone who feels a bit fat and who wants to feel good about their size. There's plenty of inspiring articles and photographs that show that largeness can be beautiful. For example, here is the gallery of huge bums. I must say, I've never seen anything quite like it.
No, hang on, no, there was that one girl you met in that pub once.
Never mind. Anyway, the overall message of the site is be happy about your body, whatever its size. All put across in a very entertaining way. It's interactive too. Anyone after advice or support can ask the resident agony aunt. Here she is, Aunt Agony in all her glory, whose typical advice is...
Get a grip of yourself!
Marvellous.
By their very nature, cows are large and unwieldy. But I've found an internet page devoted to the smaller pocket version of a cow, Bovril.
The Bovril Shrine. Bovril, in essence, is liquid cow. There you have it.
The site is all about the marvellous meaty liquid that flavoured a million stews. It's written by Americans and is characteristically